Peace everybody, back with another video. The Plandemic video has exploded online and it is filled with falsehoods, and unfortunately I was hoping this would not be true, but unfortunately it is. And of course you see in a picture here is Dr. Judy Mikovich. YouTube is saying nope, it's filled with falsehoods. YouTube. BuzzFeed News has reporters across 5 continents bringing you trustworthy stories about the impact of the virus. To help keep this news free, become a member and sign up for our newsletter Outbreak Today. Blah, 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 you know all about that. The Plandemic video made to look like a professional news interview, but in reality, peddling long debunked falsehoods about the virus has spread widely on social media since May 4th. The video features a woman, Judy Mikovich, who claims to have worked with Dr. Anthony Fauci, the immunologist at the helm of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. So the Plandemic video, it was to look like a professional news interview, but unfortunately it's not. But in reality, peddling long debunked falsehoods about the virus has spread widely on social media since May 4th. So unfortunately, this video that everybody is watching, it's all false. Judy Mikovich, who claims to have worked with Dr. Anthony Fauci, the immunologist at the helm of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. Well, unfortunately, I guess it is not true after all. Jeez, I was hoping it would be, but it's not. Now, at the fate of nations hang in the balance, Dr. Mikovich is naming names of those behind the plague of corruption that places all human life in danger, says the narrator of the 30-minute video, in which Mikovich falsely claims that masks can make wearers sick, that sand from the beach can build up viruses' immunity, and that as yet univalent vaccines for the virus that has claimed at least 75,000 lives in the U.S. are dangerous. So now they're saying that now, as the fate of nations hang in the balance of Dr. Mikovich is naming names, like Fauci and whoever else, those behind the plague of corruption, that places all of human life in danger, says the narrator of the 30-minute video. Now, in which Mikovich falsely claims that masks can make wearers sick, that sand from the beach can build up viruses' immunity, and that as yet univalent vaccines for the virus that has claimed at least 75,000 lives in the U.S. are dangerous. So, well, this is what she has put out, false narratives. Mikovich has long been a figure in anti-vaccination communities and has been attempting to assert herself into the C-19 pandemic narrative since late March, according to data from social media tracking tool BuzzSumo, with her breakout moment coming on May 6, 2 days after the video was initially published in Vimeo and YouTube. So Mikovich has long been a figure in anti-vaccination communities. In other words, she is against vaccines and that she don't believe in them. Of course, they're also saying that and has been attempted to insert herself into COVID-19 pandemic narrative since late March. So, how far March did she come out with this false narrative then? According to data from social media tracking tool BuzzSumo, with her breakout moment coming on May 6th, which she just came out like a couple of days ago. 2 days after the video was initially published in Vimeo and YouTube. So now this is why YouTube is pulling down the video, because they're saying, no, this is all wrong. That we're not going to put up with this at all. We're going to take this video down as fast as we can. And people are getting flagged for this video because they don't want people to be misled by Judy Mikovits. On Thursday, Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo all say they are removing the video from their platforms. Yeah, so this is what Facebook is getting rid of it. YouTube's getting rid of it. Vimeo is getting rid of it. So they're all removing the video, so that because they don't want people to get confused or anything like that. But the video spread has been swift. Aside from the video platforms, it could be found on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even LinkedIn. Alright, so the videos has been spreading like a wildfire. And it's been, aside from the video platforms, it could be found on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, and even LinkedIn. Well, I haven't seen it on Instagram, so that's okay. I have not seen the video go anywhere on Instagram at all. Only just like Facebook and YouTube. That's it. But Twitter, I'm not really on there that much. But I never saw the video anywhere on Instagram at all, so I don't know why they're naming Instagram for, because if they're not showing it there, then I don't know why Instagram has to be in the middle of it, but I guess they want to make it an awareness for Instagram as well. I'm not sure. Produced by a company called Elevate, the Plandemic video deftly weaves together several strands of rumors that have circulated since the beginning of the virus outbreak, doing so with high production values and a sheen of unearned authority. It's not the first piece of viral content made by the man who produced it. Mickey Willis, who received media coverage in 2015 for buying his son an Ariel doll as a birthday present. In March 2019, Fox News covered his upcoming documentary about Nicholas Sandman, the student at the center of the Covington Catholic High School. So this video, The Plandemic, it was definitely weaves together several strands of rumors. So everything was weaved together. They take this part, that part, that part, and put it all together to make it look like that Judy Mikovits is telling the truth in that. And but she's anti-vax. I'm sorry to say, but I was hoping it wouldn't go this far, like I said, but unfortunately it did. It's not the first piece of viral content made by the man who produced it. Mickey Willis, who received media coverage in 2015 for buying his son an Ariel doll as a birthday present in March 2019. Fox News covered his upcoming documentary about Nicholas Sandman, the student at the center of the Covington Catholic High School controversy. So Fox News kind of got involved in it too. And unfortunately, the liars have been exposed again. Mikovits herself is no stranger to accusations of false claims. In 2009, the scientist published a study in Science on chronic fatigue syndrome that had to be retracted because it could not be replicated. She was fired from her job at the Whitmore Peterson Institute and brought up on criminal charges of theft of property and computer data, which were drafted in 2012. So she is no stranger to accusations of false claims. She's done this in 2009. The scientist published a study in Science on chronic fatigue syndrome. So that's what she was doing, and that it had to be retracted because it could not be replicated. She did get fired from her job at the Whitmore Peterson Institute and brought up on criminal charges of theft of property and the computer data, which were dropped in 2012. So during that time, she was charged and it was dropped in 2012 after that. So you kind of figured 5 years. She claimed to be in jail, but she was really in jail for 5 days only. That appears to be when Mikovits began to make unsubstantiated claims about Dr. Fauci. In 2014, she wrote a book in which she claimed that he personally barred her from the NIH premises, which he categorically denied to fact-checking site Snopes. So they make it appear that Mikovits began to make unsustainable claims about Dr. Fauci. She has wrote a book in 2014 in which she claimed that her personality barred her from the NIH premises. Alright, so but fact-checking site Snopes, of course, they got involved as well to fact-check her. I have no idea what she is talking about, Dr. Fauci told Snopes in 2018. Well, of course not, because Dr. Fauci is also anti-vax too. And of course he's going to say, I have no idea what she is talking about. So you think Dr. Fauci is here to help you? No, he's anti-vax too. Despite this past, Mikovits presents herself as a credible figure in the professionally filmed video, unlike other conspiracy theorists who can shout or ramble. Mikovits is composed and speaks calmly. Her air of reasonable cadence is bolstered by selective clips from news reports and an interviewer who appears curious and symptomatic. Alright, so they've been using news clips from news reporters and an interviewer who appears curious and symptomatic. So, despite this past, Mikovits presents herself as a credible figure in the professionally filmed video. So, they made her look like a public figure, but when she's not, she's anti-vax. So, and of course, the interviewer who appears curious and symptomatic, I don't know if he's anti-vax or not, because I don't know anything about him at all. So this is why they took the video down. And that effort has paid off. Her book, Plague of Corruption, Restoring Faith in the Promise of Science, is now a bestseller on Amazon. Her profile has grown in recent days despite efforts by platforms to stop the video from spreading. So, her book, Plague of Corruption, Restoring Faith in the Promise of Science, is now a bestseller on Amazon. Her video has been spreading, but of course, they're trying to stop it as fast as they can Excuse me. Despite efforts by platforms to stop the video from spreading, so it's been spreading around like a wildfire, and this is why YouTube is doing everything they can to keep it off their platforms. We quickly remove flagged content that violates our community guidelines, including content that includes medically unsubstantiated diagnostic advice for C-19, a YouTube spokesperson told BuzzFeed News. From the very beginning of the pandemic, we've had clear policies against C-19 misinformation and are committed to continue providing timely and helpful information in this critical time. So this is why the video is getting flagged content that violates their community guidelines, including content that includes medically unsubstantiated diagnostic advice from C-19. And this is what a YouTube spokesperson told BuzzFeed News. Vimeo, a video platform that also hosted copies of the video, has removed it from its website on May 7th. Vimeo stands firm in keeping our platform safe from content that spreads harmful and misleading health information. The video in question has been removed by our trust and safety team for violating these very policies. We are constantly monitoring and will continue to remove any similar videos uploaded, a spokesperson told BuzzFeed News. So the more they keep removing the videos, the more they're going to keep clear of it. And it also says Vimeo stands firm in keeping our platform safe from content that spreads harmful and misleading health information. The video in question has been removed by our trusted safety team for violating these policies. So, and they are constantly monitoring and will continue to remove any similar videos. And this is what a spokesperson told BuzzFeed News. But Facebook groups were and continue to be the main vector of the inaccurate information to spread, with one version of the Plandemic video receiving nearly 4 million likes, shares, and comments, according to data from social media monitoring service BuzzSumo. So the video has been getting nearly 4 million likes, shares, and comments. All right. But Facebook groups were and continue to be the main vector of the inaccurate information to spread. So this is what's going on right now. A Facebook spokesperson told BuzzFeed News that the site was removing copies of the video, suggesting that wearing a mask can make you sick, could lead to imminent harm, and so we're removing the video, the spokesperson said. So Facebook spokesperson also told BuzzFeed that the site was removing copies of the video as well. So there's no way that they're going to allow this video to stay up anywhere. So they're saying, no, we're going to take it down. We are not going to have people get harmful information about from Judy Mikovits. But as the video has been taken down, other copies have been uploaded to YouTube, Vimeo, and Fringe video sites, allowing for a satirical narrative to take hold. However, false that a whistleblower is being censored. So now you got a whistleblower who's being censored. But as the videos have been taken down, other copies have been uploaded as well. So if anybody has a copy of that video, please take it down, because YouTube is not going to allow it to stay up, because the more it gets flagged, the more it's going to get banned off YouTube. So please take it down. Once a video gets taken down, there's a secondary appeal. Renee DeResta, research manager at the Stanford Internet Observatory, told BuzzFeed News. You see, this a lot of crisis situation where there's a morbid curiosity audience, and where that, they think they are fighting an anti-censorship battle. So once a video does get taken down, that's a secondary apparel. There's a secondary apparel. And this is what Renee DiResta, research manager at the Stanford Internet Observatory, told BuzzFeed News. DiResta has been watching the false narrative bubble since April, witnessing it finally boil over in the last few days with the Plandemic video. She said its spread could be attributed to groups that deny vaccine science, falsely believe cellular technology can spread the virus, and groups supporting reopened protests across the country, and to no one more intelligent. So this DeRista, she pretty much has been watching the false narrative bubble since April. I'm witnessing it finally boil over in the last few days with the Plandemic video. So it doesn't matter how far it goes, but it's getting taken down. And if you try to craft it in with other videos and that, it's still going to get taken down. And of course, she is anti-vax, like I said. And of course, DiResta, she said its spread could be attributed to groups that deny vaccine science, falsely believe cellular technology can spread the virus, and groups supporting reopened protests across the country, and to add to one more ingredient. So even the cellular technology can spread the virus as well, about the number in the letter. I can't say that, but you know which one I'm talking about. She's going to be framed as a whistleblower, said DiResta, and that's because the whistleblower narrative really works. So yes, so the whistleblower narrative had worked. And of course, DiResta is saying she's going to be framed as a whistleblower, and that's because the whistleblower narrative really works. So it had worked. But like I said, if you have that video up, please take it down immediately, because YouTube is coming around to channels to see who has it up. It got taken from my community tab, so they know it's totally false narratives. So if you have it up, please take it down immediately, because YouTube is coming for your video that you have uploaded to your channel. And anybody else who has it craftily, or who has something at the beginning like kittens and then it goes into the Plandemic, take it down immediately, because YouTube does not want it on their platform. Facebook don't want it on their platform. Vimeo, they don't want it on their platform. But of course, you know, the faster this video is getting uploaded, just keep taking it down, please, because it's all false narrative, like YouTube is saying, and they don't want it anywhere on their platform. So please take it down immediately before YouTube comes and flag you for it, because this is false narrative. They're making Judy Mikovits look like that she's against vaccine, or she does approve vaccines, but she's been anti-vaccine all this time, and we had no idea really that she was against vaccines. We had no idea. So please take it down immediately. Leave your comments below. I am out.